Number 13.
Films are a reflection of society, of the attitudes that emerge from a population. This visual essay explores a single story told 3 times, once by John Cassavetes in 1980, once by Sidney Lumet in 1999, and once by Luc Besson in 1994. On the surface, these films share the same blueprint: a sudden act of violence, an orphaned child, and an adult forced into the role of protector. The original Gloria gives us a woman and a boy. The second Gloria recreates the same premise through a sexualized gaze. And Léon, the professional, takes the very same bones and rewrites them into a fantasy of a lonely man and a precocious girl. When you switch the gender of the protector, and when you replace a boy with a girl, things change. Emotionally, sexually, and psychologically. Society reads men and women differently. A single story becomes maternal in one telling and erotic in another. John Cassavetes approached the story with a woman's psychology at the center. Gina Rowlands is tough and contradictory. She's a real woman with history and instincts, trying to survive. In Lumet's Gloria, they turn the tough woman into a sex symbol. Sharon Stone as Gloria steps out of prison looking like a Vogue editorial. Heels, legs, hair, the whole thing. Because the industry believes a woman must be sexual to be watchable, placing the burden on her to present a doll-like image. And when women aren't sexy anymore, the industry finds sexuality somewhere else. In Léon, it's placed onto a 12-year-old girl who is framed and performed like a miniature adult. Matilda is a child in age but a young woman in the way Besson styles her, in crop tops, a choker, and lipstick. Her poses mimic adult femininity, a psychological space that girls often enter long before they understand its consequences. She's flirtatious and emotionally wounded. This isn't an accident. It's the Lolita impulse reframed as tragedy, romanticizing the idea of a damaged girl as somehow seductively appealing. In Gloria, the boy is a child in every psychological sense. But earlier in the film, we see his father emphasizing that he should be a man. Soon he begins to mimic the adult masculinity he's absorbed. His attempt to perform what he imagines a man should be, taking charge, acting tough, claiming authority without understanding it. The moment he tells Gloria, "I'm the man," she looks at him funny, as if to say, "Kid, please." It lands funny and motherly, not erotic. It raises the question, how much of this behavior is conditioned and how much is innate? And the woman protecting him exposes the labor expected of woman, the emotional work, the unwanted responsibility, the mothering that society forces onto the feminine body whether it wants it or not. Gloria revolves around a single woman, a role society does not know how to read except through suspicion or sexualization. Rowlands plays it with resistance. Lumet's version tries to correct it with glamour. Besson, by contrast, gives the girl the burden of desirability. He softens the protector with a plant, a glass of milk, and a shy awkwardness, signals of innocence that turn him into a man-child and make the relationship appear tender instead of dangerous. No one questions the childless man. His loneliness is seen as tragic, even poetic. While Gloria's ending suggests survival, In Léon, that future cannot exist. Besson can't let Léon and Mathilde continue together without exposing what that relationship actually is. He eliminated the problem by having Léon die in sacrifice, saving a little Lolita as the noble male protector. A happy fantasy, short-lived. A suicide blast, a final release of ecstasy. If this comparison changed how you see either film, I'm curious how.